Hey, Algebra. As I said, today you guys are going to be working asynchronously, and you're going to have this warm-up activity, and then you're going to be working on an independent activity where you're going to be solving these multi-step equations. Typically, we would have done this in the classroom, of course, but I mean, we're not going to be able to do that in the classroom today. So I wanted to do this warm-up so we could go over how to do these, and these are just the multi-step equations, or three of these are just the multi-step equations from the quizzes I had you guys take yesterday. And yeah, there are four of these. If you have not done the warm-up yet, please go do it before watching this video. Just pause this video, do the problems, or work along with the video or something, because you need to know how to do this. And that's why I'm also posting this to YouTube, so you guys can go back and rewatch this. So, all right, we're good with that. Let's get into it. Problem number 1, I see 3x plus 6x minus 7 equals 20. So the first thing I have to do, I see on the left side, I have two terms, both with x in them. So I can say 3x plus 6x combines to be 9x. If they were on different sides of the equation, I wouldn't be able to do that. So I'm going to rewrite this as 9x minus 7 equals 20. And I can't do 9x minus 7 because it's not 9x minus 7x, it's just 9x minus 7. So because there is no x, I can't do any subtraction there. All right, so I have 9x minus 7 equals 20. And now what I'm going to do, I have to get x all by itself because I want to solve for x. So to do so, I have to add 7 to both sides. So when I do that, I get just 9x over here because those cancel out. And then I have 20 plus 7 equals 27. So then I have 9x equals 27. And hopefully you guys see there's only one last step for me to do here. So what I'm going to do is divide by 9 to get x all by itself. Well, those cancel out. And 27 divided by 9 is 3. So x equals 3 here. All right, cool. There is the first one. Hold on, let me just make sure this is recording the audio. Yeah, okay, cool. Sometimes I record this. I already tried to record this yesterday, and then I realized that none of the audio recorded, so we're good with that. Okay, cool. So that one, x equals 3. Hopefully that made sense. Question number 2, I have 1/3 times 9x minus 6 equals 16. So yesterday I talked about two different methods to do this, and I am going to do both methods. So I will draw a line there so I can show you guys both. You don't have to do both. I'm just doing both so I can show you, hey, you could solve it this way or you could solve it this way. Either way works. So immediately I see that everything on the left side of the equation is inside parentheses except for that 1/3, and that 1/3 is being multiplied by the stuff in the parentheses, meaning I'm using the distributive property. So on this side of this green line that I drew, I'll use a different color. I'll use some purple. Okay, so I can distribute, or on this side of that green line, I'm going to, I guess, divide. We'll call that divide. So we could either distribute that 1/3 or divide by 1/3. So distributing by 1/3 is going to look like this. I'll go back to green now. Actually, how about a darker green now? Okay, yeah, that'll distinguish it. Okay, so I'll rewrite the equation. I have 1/3 9x minus 6 equals 16. Distributing the 1/3, I distribute it to both terms inside. So 1/3 times 9x, well 1/3 of 9 is 3, so that's going to be 3x. And 1/3 times -6 is going to be -2, because 1/3 of 6 is 2. And I don't have to distribute to that 16, because that isn't on the same side as the 1/3. So the distributive property applies to things inside the parentheses, and now I have 3x minus 2 equals 16. Whereas if I divide first, so I will once again rewrite the equation. I had 1/3 times 9x minus 6 equals 16. I'm going to divide both sides by 1/3, or if you'll remember yesterday, dividing by a fraction, so dividing by 1/3, is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. So instead of dividing by 1/3, I'm going to multiply by 3/1, or just 3. So I'm multiplying both sides by 3. So that's times 3, and that's times 3. So when I do times 3, it cancels out this 3 and this 1/3. Yeah. And then 16 times 3 is going to give me 48, meaning now I have 9x minus 6 equals 48. And I was talking yesterday about how I would rather work with this 3x minus 2 equals 16 than 9x minus 6 equals 48, but either way, you're going to get the right answer. So the next thing I want to do, well, these two equations look very similar, it's just different numbers. So the next thing I want to do to both of them is add. So on this side, I'm going to add 2. So add 2 to both sides, and I get 3x equals 18, because that minus 2 and the plus 2 cancel out. And over here, I want to add 6 to both sides, because that plus 6 and that minus 6 are going to cancel out, and I'm left with, what did I just do? Okay, yeah, I'm left with 9x equals, and 48 plus 6 is 54. All right, so I have 3x equals 18, or 9x equals 54. If I divide both sides here, because I want to get x by itself, I divide both sides by 3, and that's my final step. So x equals 18 divided by 3 is 6. And over here, divide both sides by 9, because I want to get x by itself. And 54 divided by 9 is also 6. Meaning, either method you do, you get the same answer. And that's good. We want the same answer. And you only have to do one method. I'm not going to make you do both. But I'm just saying there are 2 different ways to solve this. As long as it's like one thing outside the parentheses and everything else on the other side is inside the parentheses. Otherwise, if it's like, let's say it was like 1/3 times 9x minus 6, and there was a plus 3 equals 16, you would have to subtract that 3 first before doing anything. So you have to get the stuff that's furthest away from the x. Yeah. So the stuff that's furthest away from the x, which in this case would be that 3, you have to get rid of that first before doing anything with it. Okay. So yeah, let's erase all that. Okay. And now we have this other one, this -2 times 4x minus 9 equals -6. I can do this both ways as well, which I'm going to do. I will use the exact same colors to notate everything. Let's see. I will even just copy and paste. Okay, if I can. So this app I'm using is called Notability, and it's very helpful for like writing on PDFs and stuff. So I like to use it. I use it in college a lot. It is a paid app, unfortunately, but if you have the money, I do recommend it. Okay, yeah, there we go. Just because I don't like writing with my finger as much, because I lost my little, what's it called, like stylus thing. Okay, this one I could solve either way as well. So let's see. I'm going to start by rewriting the problem. So I have negative 2 times 4x minus 9 equals negative 6. And distributing, because that's the method we're using on this side, negative 2 times 4x is negative 8x. Negative 2 times negative 9 is positive 18. So equals negative 6. So negative 8x plus 18 equals negative 6. But if we divide both sides by that negative 2 first, so that would look like, so negative 2 times 4x minus 9 equals negative 6. Divide both sides by negative 2. So those cancel out. And I'm left with 4x minus 9 on the one side. And negative 6 divided by negative 2 is positive 3. So I have negative 8x plus 18 equals negative 6, or 4x minus 9 equals 3. This 4x minus 9 looks a lot prettier than the negative 18 or negative 8x plus 18, but either way, we're going to get the same answer. And like up here, distributing gave me a prettier answer because 3x minus 2 looked better than 9x minus 6. But down here, dividing looked better because 4x minus 9 looks better than negative 8x plus 18. So either way, we're going to get a right answer. So let's see. I have negative 8x plus 18 equals negative 6. I have to subtract 18 from both sides. So that's going to give me negative 8x equals, and then negative 16 minus 18 is negative 24. And over here, I have 4x minus 9 equals 3. I have to add 9 to both sides. Because I want to get 4 all by it, or the x all by itself. So 3 plus 9 is 12. So I have negative 8x equals negative 24, or 4x equals 12. I'm going to divide both sides here by negative 8. And that's going to give me x equals, a negative 24 divided by negative 8 is 3. There's a solution. 4x, I want to divide by 4. So x equals, and 12 over 4 is 3. So my solution is 3. No matter which way I did it, if I used the negative 8x plus 18, or if I used the 4x minus 9, I got 3. All right, cool. And then this last one was one we haven't seen before, and it's one that I specifically wanted to show you because you're going to see it today on the activity that I give you. So this one, even though up here I said like, oh, you can distribute or divide first, I have this negative 4 in front of everything on the right side. But if I try to divide this stuff on the left by negative 4, well, 24 can be divided by negative 4 because that's going to be like negative 6. 24 divided by negative 4 is negative 6. But 22 divided by negative 4, 4 doesn't go into 22 evenly. So I wouldn't want to divide on this one. I want to distribute on this one. So I'm going to start by distributing with this. I could divide, but then I would be working with fractions, and I don't want to work with fractions, you know? So yeah, I'd rather work with that, just whatever I get from distributing. So let's see. I'm going to distribute this negative 4 to both terms inside the parentheses. Negative 4 times 1, so I'll rewrite my left side. So negative, or 24 minus 22, 24x minus 22 equals, negative 4 times 1 is negative 4, and negative 4 times negative 6x is positive 24x. Okay, so now I see this 24x minus 22 equals negative 4 plus 24x. I'm going to rewrite the right side of my equation. So I got 24x minus 22 equals, then I'm just going to switch around the terms on the right side. So 24x minus 4. So hopefully you guys are starting to see something that's weird with this problem. So what I want to do is get x all by itself. I'm going to move all the x terms onto one side. So to do that, I'm going to subtract 24x from, let's say, the right side. So I'm going to subtract 24x, subtract 24x. But look at this. So I subtracted 24x to cancel out on the right side. But when I do that on the left side, it cancels out there too. So I'm not left with any x's. It's not just going to be one x. It's not going to be x. There aren't any x's left. I'm just left with negative 22 equals negative 4. This is not true. Negative 22 does not equal negative 4. They're two very different numbers. So the answer to this problem is no solution. Because negative 22 and negative 4 are not the same answer. If you have no x's left, and you just have like an untrue statement, like negative 22 equals negative 4, or 3 equals 6, or 1 equals 1,000, if it's not true, there's no solution. And today, on the assignment I've given you, you're going to have 3 problems. There are 20 problems, 3 of them have no solution. So watch out for those 3. The assignment is in Schoology. It is under Tuesday 901. And I'm trying to think. It's labeled as an assessment. Do not worry. It's not like a test assessment. It's just like a classwork assignment. An assessment just means, oh, it's something that is assessing your knowledge of a subject. So that is the point of this activity. Please feel free to drop in from 12:30 to 1:45 today if you have any questions. And if you have any questions after that, feel free to text me, email me, whatever. I will be available for helping you guys. And keep up the good work, guys. I appreciate you all. All right, see you tomorrow.